So what's going on, everyone? My name is MrDalekJD, and we need to talk because there's been a few interesting things that have crept up over the last day or so with regards to the next Black Ops 4 Zombies map. We've somehow had a little leak from Treyarch as to when we can expect this map to release, and we also have a high-res version of the loading screen. We're going to be talking about that and a few other things, so get yourselves comfy because it's going to be a really interesting video. But I must premise this first. If you guys don't want any spoilers with regards to DLC 1, you don't want to know or see anything about it, then I advise you to click off this video right now. I'm very cautious of those in the community that don't want any spoilers, but we're getting to the point now where there is absolutely nothing left to really talk about Black Ops 4 Zombies. This is the most exciting thing that we can look forward to. I think this is going to be a really positive map for the community as a whole to change the mindset on zombies. I'm going to be discussing all of that as well. But sit down, get comfy, and let's jump in. Now, tomorrow is going to bring a huge Black Ops 4 update, which is going to change the game pretty heavily. Unfortunately, it's not going to change zombies quite as much as it is Blackout and multiplayer, but there are some surprises that Treyarch are keeping up their sleeves with regards to zombies. There's at least a winter calling event, which is going to happen later on in the week, and there are apparently a few other surprise announcements that are still not happening until Tuesday. That's when I think DLC 1 is going to be revealed, and if it isn't, then I'm going to honestly be pretty gobsmacked, because a loading screen that's high resolution that exists in the Call of Duty companion app was found and released on Reddit yesterday. A spoiler warning, as we are going to reveal it on the screen in 3, 2, 1. So here we have it. This is a full 1080p resolution version of the map's in-game screen and loading screen, and we get to see the characters in the background a lot better than we could previously during the week. You can clear as day 1,000,000% confirm that the main cowboy character is going to be Kiefer Sutherland, as well as Charles Dance on the bottom there as the butler. On the left, we can't really tell if that is Brian Blessed, but I'm going to go ahead and probably assume it is. And on the right, it actually looks a lot like Helena Bonham Carter than Lucy Lawless, which people were suspecting at the start when we first saw this leak. But if you thought that the in-game image of the DLC 1 map on the Xbox version of Black Ops 4 was fake, well, it exists in the Call of Duty companion app, swiftly removed, of course, but this is like the official artwork from Activision themselves. So very interesting stuff. With this high resolution image, we can get a much better look at Kiefer Sutherland's pistol that he's holding, which has been rumored to be a new version of the ray gun. And if you look at the bullet that's coming out of the chamber as he's cocking the pistol back, it does look like a ray gun energy cell that would be in the ray gun. And you can clearly see the actual barrel itself illuminated green. So by all means, for me, that pretty much sets it in stone that everything that the ex-Call of Duty QA tester said was correct, and this is some form of the ray gun, which is cool. Now, some pretty cool details we couldn't see before is in the background, you can see a shadow in one of the windows, almost like someone is just always watching. It's giving me some Shadow Man vibes, and honestly, it could be a variation of the priest that we saw in 9. It could be that this cult are just always following this storyline and these groups of characters, and that could be who it is. Another key detail to note as well is the fact that on one of the towers to the right, you can see a piece of rope hanging out of the window. Now, the description is these 4 characters are invited to a grand ball, so it can't be that these 4 characters sneak into the mansion, but perhaps another character very important to the overall story of this did in fact climb into the mansion. Very cool. You can also notice that pretty much all of the lights are on, but the setting for this map seems like it's sort of at sunset. It's not quite daylight still, but it's definitely not dark enough to have all the lights on either. It looks like there's a great horror that's emerging surrounding the mansion, as it looks like a very colourful sunset, but you've got this dark violet sky. I just love all the different merges of colours, as well as the sort of smoky ash that's surrounding all of the characters that almost looks like it could be figures of ghosts in the background. Now, I did mention earlier in the video about a potential release date, and we don't exactly have a pinpoint definite date, but Treyarch did slip up, and apparently when they posted their blog post the other day about Operation Absolute Zero, there was a typo which they edited very, very quickly. So quick, in fact, that even though I got the notification for their post and was on it immediately, I didn't see this writing, and the text says on there, with an unprecedented amount of zombies experiences released by the end of this year, never been committed to delivering new and exciting content. But apparently originally the wording was changed and it said with an unprecedented 5 zombies experiences released by the end of this year, which confirms that this first DLC map is going to be releasing before the end of December. And for all we know, this could have just been a typo on Treyarch's behalf, a mistake, and that's why they swiftly got rid of it because a DLC isn't releasing this year, but we don't know for sure what exactly is going on. A fellow zombies YouTuber called COD Zombies HQ covered this in a video yesterday where he used evidence from 2 different people who screenshotted it, and he used a Photoshop tool to help see if the wording of that word 5 was edited in any way, because it looks a little different and out of place compared to the rest of the text being in italics, but apparently it is not fake. There's even screenshots of it on a mobile reading the blog post, so it doesn't seem fake. Now, with the wording, an unprecedented amount of zombies experiences released by the end of this year, you could take that connotation as meaning the fact that they released 4 zombies maps released by the end of this year, but the wording before it being 5 zombies experiences is very exciting, and I just would be shocked if we don't get an announcement for this DLC next week. Like, if we don't, I will be flabbergasted, seriously. I personally can't see them releasing a DLC like on Christmas Day, so they'd have to do it the week before Christmas, the 18th, or on a Thursday, the 20th. I just don't know. But like I said earlier in the video, Charlie Intel posted a tweet the other day where, after announcing all of the Operation Zero content, said that Activision says additional information and content will also be revealed on December 11th. So I think that's them not revealing absolutely everything all at once, just to keep a little bit of surprise and suspense. So I'm pretty sure we will be getting our announcement of DLC 1 on December the 11th. Now, when it comes to the DLC season, it's all through the Black Ops Pass. You can't buy this stuff separately. But my understanding of how the DLC will be dropped when it comes to the Black Ops Pass is apparently a little bit misskewed. I was under the impression it would be a bit like Call of Duty Elite, where they will just drop maybe 1 zombies map and that's it, because it's just part of the Black Ops Pass. It's not necessarily packaged in a DLC 1 package per se. Activision slipped up the other day again on the Call of Duty Companion app, where when it came to the multiplayer map list, there were 2 maps in there that definitely aren't in the game yet. They didn't have images, but they did have names, which makes me feel like perhaps DLC 1 will be a drop of 4 multiplayer maps and a zombies DLC map, just like we're used to, rather than just dropping a zombies map on its own and then maybe dropping 1 to 2 multiplayer maps per month. I'd be really interested to know what system you prefer in the comments, as well as any other feedback or opinions you have on the high-res version of the map's loading screen. Last thing I wanted to talk about in this video is a video that I watched from Lex yesterday, which was titled I'm Sad, and I could empathize with him so much because I'm in the exact same boat as him and all of my other fellow zombie YouTuber friends. We're all in the same boat right now, where we really want to make lots and lots of daily zombies content, but the overall vibe with Black Ops 4 Zombies right now just makes you feel a little bit sad, because everyone just feels a bit deflated and just sitting around waiting for the next DLC map to drop before we finally have a new, fresh vibe in the zombies community. Now, don't get me wrong, I think Black Ops 4 Zombies is a fantastic, fun game to play, and all of my zombie YouTubers and the other zombie YouTubers you guys watch all think the exact same thing. It's just very hard as a content creator to come up with daily content on the game that feels fresh and new and exciting all the time, when there just really isn't much to do. And if anything that's worse than that, I feel terrible for my friend Noah J456, and I'm sure all of you have heard by now what happened with him, but if you aren't aware, the other day there was lightning near his house. It struck directly onto his house, causing a fire which swept through all of his air conditioning system and pretty much ruined the entire house. He had to evacuate, and it's going to be at least 3 to 6 months before his house is in a livable state again. And I just feel so bad for him, because chances of your house being struck by lightning and that happening is so small that it would probably never happen in many of our lifetimes. But for it to happen to him, destroying his prized possession, which he managed to get from all of his hard-earned years of YouTube grind, to just be destroyed like that, including all of his equipment, I just feel so sorry for him. So he posted a video updating. Go over to it, show him some love, tweet him as much love and support as possible, because I'm sure right now he could really do with it. Another thing that makes it sad as well is that Easter eggs for charity was being planned to happen fairly soon, and that's not likely to happen anymore. I've no doubt that we will get round to doing Easter eggs for charity at some point, and it will be even bigger and better than it was originally planned. Nevertheless, that's sad, especially at this time of year. It's just so sad. There's just so much sadness everywhere, and that's why I connected with Lex's video. So if you want to go and watch that as well, just to get his perspective on everything, then I definitely advise you to go and watch that also down below in the description. Just show everyone some love. Just remember to be kind to people, you know? Kindness goes a long way. But anyway, we're drifting off course here. We are going to have a really exciting Black Ops update tomorrow, and when that does drop, I'll be sure to update you guys with all of the patch notes and all of the little secrets contained within it, as well as looking over at the new Blackout updates. There's some zombie stuff within the Blackout updates, which I'm going to be covering as well, and like I said, there's additional info and content that are going to be revealed on Tuesday, so if it is DLC 1, you know you're going to find it here first on the channel. So if you're new, make sure you subscribe, and if you already are a subscriber, become part of the notification squad. You're going to be an absolute legend for doing that, and you'll be the first people in the world to watch my content. But if you want to keep up to date, you know what to do. Twitter and Instagram are the best places to get at me if you want to talk to me directly. But thank you for watching. Leaving a like rating would be absolutely immense, but thank you, and I'll catch you next time.